have a biggest challenge of how to dispose of the treated water.
80% of the STPs installed in large number of residential or other complexes are not working.
The public pressure and the public participation will keep the infrastructure going.
Most of the industrial requirements can be met. In fact, in other parts of the country, so many orders are there that treated water should be used by industries, etc.
We are looking at lakes for enhancing the underground water levels.
Hi, welcome to the Property Show. I'm Jayashree Kurup, I'm editor MBTV. I've come to you with a peculiar problem. RWAs in societies around the Belandur Lake in Bangalore are struggling with a very peculiar problem. It's a problem of plenty.
One of the greatest things that we have observed now is the use of STP treated water. We have a biggest challenge of how to dispose of the treated water.
Every drop of water that is being used, there it goes as sewage or sewage. Therefore, how do you utilize all that through not only the sewage treatment plant, which has got primary, secondary and tertiary treatment, and all the recycled water to be utilized?
Now this is a problem. Have we actually allocated enough resources to manage the created municipal assets?
Good STPs which are maintained regularly. It's not only to put capital cost there, you got to continuously keep it working, the equipment, the machinery, so that you don't get stink coming out. I won't be surprised if at least around 80% of the STPs installed in large number of residential or other complexes are not working because we have not sufficiently put the investment required to operate and maintain that particular one.
More like buildings and more structures, infrastructure facilities need to be set up in order to treat water, especially to address the water scarcity problems. And with that happening, there's obviously we're going to need more manpower to facilitate for tackling or operating these STPs.
The public pressure and the public participation will keep the infrastructure going. You cannot have a sewerage pipe breaking away. Immediately within 2 minutes you will get a call in the complaint. So that way it will slowly and steadily will be sustained, because nowhere where the water pipeline is laid, if you don't repair it, people will leave you alone. So what really is the issue here?
First of all, the BWDSSB connected the STP water to the UDG, that's called underground drainage system, and there is a stormwater drain also along with that. But now they have restricted our disposal of the water only to the stormwater drain, which many places in Bangalore do not exist because they have been overruled with buildings and all that. So water we don't know.
Larger issue is that nothing which is untreated or nothing which is no sewage should come to the Belandur Lake, because Belandur Lake is really polluted, and there was a lot of fire because of that pollution, because of the methane that was generated by that pollutant. Even treated water should not be discharged into the underground bandars or UGBs, which essentially means that water that flows out of even the treated water should not seep into the Belandur Lake.
The solution here is to repurpose that excess. So what can the community do?
All your flushing requirements of water, you don't require the same quality of water as you drink.
I am sure that the Resident Welfare Association that is there, they can certainly use it in their horticulture and other green belt development, etc. But I think the challenge would be the quantum of water generated and the treatment that is required, or the quantum of water that is required for the green belt development.
If you are able to accredit your STP and bring out potable standards of water, there are a number of consumers who will buy it and price it right, who will buy it. But it has to be sustained, dependable, and day after day you have to have systems which will monitor the quality. Some solutions are emerging. So what should the Belandur residents do?
So one option could be to link this entire outlet to the larger network of water distribution. Again, municipality has to come in, and the Bangalore Water Supply and Sewerage Board is the nodal agency for that. So if they can connect it to distributing that kind of water to other sources, because most of the industrial requirements can be met. In fact, in other parts of the country, so many orders are there that treated water should be used by industries, etc. So one option is that. And I think this is a bit harsh, because if treated water is well within the effluent norms and that's the law. So if your BOD or COD or that is the if you are under the norms 30 and 100 etc. or 250, then you should be allowed to discharge it and of course constantly monitor it. The problem is why this kind of a prohibitive order comes is because people don't monitor it properly, and I think that's where we need to be very careful whether such orders are passed because of the apprehension that you will be violating. So I think the problem starts with monitoring, and if you as a resident welfare association can monitor your outlets through an independent accredited agencies and demonstrate that you are within norms, then there should be no reason why such water cannot be used or even released in a lake. So I think it is the Bangalore Water Supply and Sewerage Board's decision and responsibility to ensure how water can be used which are surplus for this kind of utilities.
We are looking at lakes for enhancing the underground water levels and to keep the lakes in pristine condition. That is one thing which we are looking at.
You can also give that particular thing to the neighboring property or builders or developers. They're ready to buy over that particular recycled water. Commercial use is big, very big. I forgot to make it. Air conditioning, cooling water is another one.
It is built into the building bylaws. However, following it in spirit, it only will come when these people get together and decide. And anyway, water becoming scarce, that will be the only way out. In fact, they will become more efficient.
It's heartening to see that residents and RWAs are raising these issues and trying to find the solutions.
All successful cases of using the recycled water in a large way is because you are done the STP rightly. They normally give it the least amount. Let's give it to somebody, run it over there. But you got to also ensure that the right level of technologies are used there. So you are treating down to a good level where the recycled water is of different levels of one, including portability. You want to have a drinking water level also, you can do it.
To make it more portable, we have to spend a lot of money. So this is the biggest challenge that we are organizing now, and no government or civic authorities are coming to our rescue, and we are knocking the door of the court at present to get this solution.
There should be a mechanism where this buying and selling stops, and you work out a mechanism where the outlet of such STPs are connected to the networks which are existing, where you are mandated to supply to industrial users also, and there are deficiencies there. So you have to work out a municipal mechanism.
Ultimately, water is a scarce resource, and it is high time that all stakeholders came together to find those solutions. Thank you so much for watching The Property Show. I'm Jayashree Kurup. Please subscribe to Magic Bricks on YouTube and click the bell icon to get new videos.